Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
Hi and welcome to part 2 of the video tutorial where I'm gonna show you how to sew in the sequences and the beads on the mushroom. Now this step is of course optional. You can just embroider some white dots on, or you can just skip it. And then I'm also gonna show you how I joined the bottom and the top part together, and then the mushroom will be done. So let's start with the part 2 of the video tutorial on how to crochet a mushroom. So let's begin now with the part 2. I'm gonna just show you in the beginning how I am attaching the sequences on and some beads, and then also how to join the bottom part. I already have my super small needle here with a knot on, with threaded, and also with a knot on the end. And I'm just gonna go and position my needle somewhere. So I'm gonna put some sequences out, and to adjust the sequences, I'm gonna do a sequence, and then I'm gonna do one of these almost invisible beads, and then I go back in and go somewhere with my needle, make a bit of a distance, and just repeat the process. So a sequence, a bead, and go back through the sequence, and on the inner side kind of move my needle to the next position. So a sequence, and a bead, one, and go back and reposition to the next point. Now, how many of the spots you want on your mushroom? You don't need to make any, to be honest. You can also use some embroidery if you want for the white dots on the mushroom, but I'm using sequences, and for this one that was much smaller, I was just using some seed beads. You can use also some pearls, just, or you can also just use some cut out felt, and you can even glue on the mushroom, but I wanted to have a bit of a blink, so I am using some sequences and some beads. And what happened here was I went in and out in the same exact spot. and I think my mushroom will have enough spots. So what I'm gonna now do is I'm gonna bring the thread more to the outer side because I'm gonna be using the same one for attaching the stem. Now if you don't have enough, just use another one and just make a knot at the end and then you attach it. I'm just gonna safely place these things back because I don't want them to go all around my working desk. Okay, so now here's the top part, here is the bottom part. I can fill in the bottom part just a little bit more. I'm gonna be using my tweezers for that. Okay, and I need to fill in the top part as well a bit more. And that's it. Now I have to just join these two parts together. What I do is I flatten it out so it's nicely one on top of the other. Then I use some pins and just pin it. And that's it. Now I need to go all the way around and sew. How I'm gonna do that is I'm actually just gonna go through the back loops only and grab a bit of the green and then come back through the back loop only. Again, I'm gonna go and grab a little bit of the green and come out in the middle of the single crochet stitch of the white row. So grabbing a bit of the green and coming out in the middle of the stitch. Grabbing a bit of the green and going out. You kind of just scrape the back part of the mushroom cap because you don't want to go through, you don't want the white thread to be shown on the face side. So you just scrape. That's the good part why I'm using a bit thicker yarn, because the whole mushroom is a bit thicker and it's much easier to attach it. So I'm scraping the green and coming out in the middle of the bottom of the stem part. Coming out in the middle, in between the front and the back loops. scraping the green and coming out in between the front and the back loop of the bottom part. You kind of feel, I'm always having my index finger on the back side, so I always feel that I'm not going through the green part, that I'm just scraping it from the bottom. Just a few more stitches and I will be done. And this is now the mushroom done. What I like to do is, just not to show this white part, and I want it to be more in, I just try to pinch it more towards the inner side and kind of align those two parts as well, so it doesn't float, that there's no space between the cap and the mushroom part. I know it looks weird at the moment, but trust the process. You see, now it's more hidden in. Okay, all I have to do now is hide the yarn in. I'm just gonna go a few more rounds around here. Because it's gonna be secured, and I think that's it. Okay, so this is it. So this is the mushroom that I showed you how to crochet. I did show you, I mentioned few options that you can do. For example, you can skip the ring, you can make a longer stem, you can make more flatter top. You don't have to have it as pointy as I do. You can have this kind of an edge, or you can do, if I showed you back to this one, or you can have a straight edge, where I just did another row of 42 single crochet stitches. So that's it. I have two new ornaments for my Christmas tree. Actually, I have three, because this one is also already done. This one was done with 1.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I think if I go even smaller, I can actually make a pin out of it as well. But yeah, 3 millimeter crochet hook, and you get a mushroom like this. So until the next time, I'm gonna say, Happy crafting!